You want me to triple check? Consider it done.
I was a shift manager at a popular fast food chain. My supervisor decided to implement a new rule requiring that all special orders must be confirmed with the customer verbally 3 times to ensure accuracy. While this policy might seem sensible on paper, in a fast food restaurant during rush, it was incredibly impractical. It slowed down the line, irritated customers, and frustrated the staff. I explained to my district manager the inefficiency of this new rule, but he was adamant that it be followed to the letter. So, I maliciously complied.
The next day, during the lunch rush, I made sure every special order was confirmed 3 times. Even if it was something as simple as no pickles on a burger, I would repeat the order back to the customer 3 times. The result was chaos. Lines grew longer, customers grew more impatient, and the kitchen was backed up with orders. What made matters worse was that a large corporate catering order came in during this time, with many specific requests. Following the rule, I painstakingly repeated each part of the order 3 times to the person on the phone. It took forever. The district manager happened to be in the store that day, and he saw firsthand the pandemonium that his policy had created.
He tried to intervene, but I politely reminded him that I was only following his instructions. Eventually, the corporate order was late, the customer was extremely upset, and we ended up refunding their entire order. The lunch rush was a disaster, and we lost quite a bit of money that day in wasted time and irritated customers. The next day, the district manager rescinded the policy, realizing that it was not suited for a fast food environment.
Finally, a good use for "there's never time to do it right, but always time to do it over."
How much you want to bet it was installed because of one very loud and obnoxious person who didn't get extra tomatoes or some such nonsense.
Having worked fast food for many years, I enjoy all sorts of malicious compliance. Just one note though, if you are taking longer to put in orders, then the kitchen would actually be slower and easier to fulfill because the orders are coming in slower. So if your kitchen was overwhelmed too, it wasn't because of your efforts, it was everything else happening coincidentally at the same time, like the huge business order itself, which no restaurant would take or promise same day during lunch rush. We required at least 8 hours notice for orders of more than like 30 sandwiches at once. My malicious compliance would have been repeating it 3x back to back to back. Me, so that's a cheeseburger, no pickles? Customer, yes. M, so that's a cheeseburger, no pickles? C, yes. M, so that's a cheeseburger, no pickles? C, please cancel my order.
My supervisor decided to implement a new rule requiring that all special orders must be confirmed with the customer verbally 3 times to ensure accuracy. What a weird rule. Were your clientele the Fae?
Reminds me of when the IRS took over Krusty Burger.
Not to start a war here, but, in my experience as a customer, I can't begin to count the number of times where I ordered something with, well, let's say, no pickles. The receipt says no pickles. I end up with a burger with pickles. I know that the kitchen is busy. I know that autopilot gets engaged. But if the kitchen staff would double check, it might have been a better idea. Yeah, 3 times is excessive, but there might have been room for meeting the DM in the middle. There can be SOP for repeating orders and still have things be fast when at a drive-thru or at the counter. You take the person's order, then repeat the order to them and ask if it's right. They confirm, and we run it through. There are also ways to repeat orders that make it clear what they're asking. If someone asks for a plain burger, we can say, just meat and bun? Sometimes they mean cheese. For kids, sometimes they mean with ketchup. The number of times people take my order at either location and then just run it through without checking is astounding. As a fast food consumer with a special order preference, I can assure you that this did nothing but aggravate the customer. Yes, I know what plain with lettuce and cheese only means. Yes, I am aware there will be no ketchup, mustard, or mayonnaise on it. This is the exact reason I order fast food through store apps, to avoid this idiotic customer service standards. Your manager is moronic.
My problem is when they do confirm and still mess up my order. Ugh.
It is amazing how many people given management positions will implement useless changes when they have zero experience of the area they are changing and ignore advice from those who do. Special orders do upset us. I understand repeating an order back once, but 3 times? Fast food or slow food, you're just annoying the customer. My issue with fast food isn't confirmation. It's them actually reading and correctly applying the changes in the part of the store where they actually prepare the food. I order through the app, and they still get it wrong. Perfect example of malicious compliance. It's really frustrating when people who should have more than 2 brain cells in their head can't foresee the problems of their suggested policies, and then further refuse to believe the input from those that see the results and deal with it on a daily basis. Sometimes you just gotta stick to the stupid plan and let the people with the dim light bulbs see the results. Good for you for sticking with it. Back in the mid-70s, we were told not to repeat special orders because we didn't want to give the waiting customers any ideas. We wrote them on a grill slip form and passed them to the back. A hard-earned lesson for the district mangler. At Subway, when people would ask for something on their sandwich, we'd just repeat. Most of the time it was correct, but every once in a while the customer would say they misspoke and correct it. IDKY saying it 3 times would be helpful when once or twice would be just as good. Repetition is annoying in speech, but unremarkable in lyrics. Try singing the orders. The customers will still have to wait, but it's hard to be mad at someone who's singing 2 cheeseburgers with no pickles. 2 cheeseburgers with no pickles. 2 cheeseburgers with no pickles. Quote.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.